to start the show. And I'm going to get started right after this.
Evening, folks. How are y'all doing tonight? So here we are. You know, it's after the draft. George Kittle signed his contract extension. Niner for life. That guy deserves to be. Let's bring some folks in. From enemy territory, we got Melissa. What's good?
Hey, everybody.
From, well, you know, somewhere back east, he's that Eagles fan. Don't hold it against him, folks. It's
that
funny.
Eagles fan, not that Giants fan.
Now, keep in mind, I do got to cut it off early because I have a errand to run. So,
I can only stay for
probably about an hour and 20 minutes, and I got to go. So
I can only probably stay for like half an hour because I'm still not feeling well from this weekend. So I'm not going to keep you, David.
Ooh, someone else showed up. Nope, no one else showed up. It's just us so far. Levi's here, but he hasn't gone on camera, so I'll wait to see him to bring him in.
Oh, he's definitely doing something right now.
Well, so here it is. You know, this is the 49ers draft. And
that's brutal.
Spongy, that's, you know, that's a matter of opinion. Now, after watching tape on all these guys, the only pick I'm going, what the hell about? All right, John Jay, you're good, buddy. But yeah, the only pick I'm going, what the hell about
is the last one?
The
Junior Bergen.
No, because we've needed a legit return man for a long time. Levi, it's that Florida man, folks.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Hi, Levi.
So, but no, it's actually the Connor Kobe pick because I've watched him and he's good. You know, he's played in a similar scheme to what we run, but it's kind of like, you know, at this point, there's guys going undrafted, you know, that could be better, but we don't know, right?
You can easily
and this guy has played multiple spots on the offensive line, though. This is Connor Kobe. He can play left. He can play right. He can. I'm honestly looking at him like, could he possibly be McKivit's replacement next year? Maybe. Legitimately, maybe. But it's all yet to be seen. Like last year, we had a guy named Jared Kingston, and he played a lot of snaps in preseason and actually did a pretty good job. And then for some reason, the Niners up and cut him. And
I know why.
Why?
Because Kyle has to be cute because he thinks that he can sneak people onto the practice squad, not knowing that everyone's going to pick him off, like, because they're Niners players and offensive linemen are like gold. I mean, the Jets and Giants got into a turf war last year over Illuminor. Like, it's that bad for offensive linemen. Like, there was no shot you could sneak a guy like that on a practice squad.
Very true.
So, Spongy, are you afraid? Because AC's coming for that eagle butt?
Who?
Abdul Carter.
No.
You know what?
Ooh.
I'm not worried about that only because we'll see him in 4 years.
Dude, you got him and Brian Burns.
No, it's Dexter Lawrence. It's Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, and Abdul Carter.
Didn't they draft an interior guy that's
Don't
pretty
worry,
formidable too? I don't care about the Giants draft. YTC does though. Shout out to him.
Well, we
Yeah.
should. We're playing them this year at MetLife.
Daniel
Yeah, the
Barry.
Giants
Daniel
suck.
Barry, what's cracking, buddy? Everyone tune into his channel. He does a bunch of
Hi,
sports
Daniel
shorts.
Barry.
And I know, John Jay. It's all good. We're only going for so long.
John
Kenny's
Jay.
even like, oh, for some reason I always think you start 15 after. No, I don't.
That's only on
Whatever.
the draft show or whatever it was.
Yeah, it was the mock draft show. That's
Yep. The mock draft was expensive.
How are you doing there, Levi?
Well, it is done until the Niners season is done
I'm
next year.
so excited for this season. Like I was literally joking with my girlfriend earlier today. We were walking the dog, and I was like, I can very confidently say this Ravens team is 100% better than last year's Ravens team. And it's just like not even close because all we did was add pieces. I honestly had forgotten till I looked at the jet chart that we signed Sammy Watkins. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, holy shit, I forgot. Like, we got Sammy as number 3. I'm ecstatic.
Well, anyway, so the Niners draft picks. Now here it
3
is.
offensive line picks.
Well, so here it is. We got, the number 11, here's the war room. All of a sudden the door opens, Robert Saleh walks in and says, "This guy." And they say, "Okay." Right? So, he decides to go on break. He's hungry, he goes to get something to eat. It's the next day, He comes in with a sandwich in his mouth and goes, "Alfred Collins." No, I'm just kidding. But a lot of this has to do with Robert Saleh. All right, he's a great coach, especially when it comes to defense. And
I'll be right back.
Like our draft, all the defensive players were Saleh guys. Let's just be honest here, right?
Oh yeah, y'all definitely had a solid draft. Like, let's not.
I need to see it first. I've been burnt too many times.
A lot of impact defensive players, which is what you needed, and a lot of more developmental guys on the offensive side.
I need a youth, Levi. That's the honestest
time on the offense. The defense is going to need rookies to step up. I like that because they're going to get snaps, and even if they don't play like a great level this year, those snaps will translate to next year so well.
You know the best part though? You know the best part though, Levi, and I don't think really anyone's talking about it. With the majority of it being defense, especially front seven guys.
Oh yeah.
The thing that I'm happiest about is that it's gonna light a fire under Fred Warner's butt because now he has no excuses.
So
neither him or Nick Bosa. Like, you lost Greenlaw, now you have a bunch of young, hungry. I mean, one of these guys, I think it was CJ West that had the bio thing that says "I hate quarterbacks."
Oh, like, CJ West, a monster.
If you don't step up now, like, I don't know why you're trying to get more money from the Niners.
And when I was looking at my numbers for A-gap defensive tackles in this draft class, when I narrowed it down by they had to play like 50% of their defensive snaps, so I want guys that start a lot of games, and then also performed still well. And then also I looked specifically like they had to have like more than 250 A-gap snaps from the season, which I'm telling you, like, put it down to like 17 defensive tackles in this entire draft class. Of those 17, only 3 had notable numbers. Nazir Stackhouse, who wasn't great, but he played against a lot of great competition. He got drafted, and I'm super happy for him. But the other guy was CJ West. And, of course, CJ West's upside is so much higher than Nazir Stackhouse. Like, Nazir Stackhouse was great run defending, but he's never going to be on the field for third down. CJ West has the chance to develop into a true 3-down defensive lineman.
Wait, where did Nazir Stackhouse go?
Oh, we got Terradome in the building. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Terradome.
So
Crazy
this clip,
Juice
by the
was
way,
cracking.
Hi, Crazy Juice.
I came across this clip from the Senior Bowl. Didn't see this, till after. This is Vincent, the Alabama A&M kid, the D2 kid. And he apparently was John with Shamar Stewart, the first-round pick of the Bengals. That's why this pick is directly connected to the Bengals drafting Shamar Stewart. And go ahead.
before you go off on your tangent, Leroy, because I really got to say this before I leave. Thank you all to every single AFC North fan that you got Shamar Stewart. Like, I had a panic attack Thursday right before the draft started when they kept telling me everywhere Chris Kocurek was in love with Shamar Stewart, and that your division picked him. I think every fan, not even just the Bengal fans, all AFC North fans.
But so they all, both the offense and the defense, the entire position groups put 25 push-ups on the line for this one rep. Shamar Stewart, the first round pick versus the small D2 kid, and this is why the Ravens probably drafted him. Let me see.
I think he's
A&M. The only reason
Alabama
I remember his
A&M.
name is because our old cars have a VIN number. It's Carson Vincent. And at the end, I had to check the A&M. Let's go, Shamar.
There's the Niners coach right there.
Whoever loses, we got 25 push-ups.
Friends from A&M versus Alabama A&M. One-on-one for 25. Crushes him outside. Runs him down the line. Lamar tried to beat him with speed outside. He shadowed him perfectly. Stewart moved inside, and he drove him. If there had been a full own line snap, he'd have got cleared out by the guard.
Levi, he's D1.
Oh, is he D1? My apologies.
HBCU.
But, yeah. Oh, I learned too. He apparently he was heavily recruited in the transfer portal, and he refused to leave the HBCU to go to like a bigger school. So he was recruited after in the transfer, but he's loyal. I love that kid, dude. I love it.
Because I'm tight.
Sorry.
Oh, thanks.
I kind of crossed that. And I was like, oh, man. Love it.
It's back, baby. It's back. So Mikael Williams, edge. He's a true edge. He played with a high ankle sprain, which
sponge, by the way.
Dude, it's like our own players. They get a high ankle sprain, freak. They're out half the season, bro. Like, we need guys like this, okay? That's what I'm saying. We need guys like this. You know, his numbers, he only got 5 sacks. He still played the run very well. He's still 8 blockers so his teammates could get there. I honestly think he's a great pick for us, you know. And
wait,
total Robert Saleh, right?
Didn't DeForest Buckner only have 5 sacks the year in 2019 when we went to the Super Bowl?
I don't remember. He was
like the only one that had single digits, I think, besides Solomon Thomas. But I don't know, like maybe Leva, like it's different for your division or fans outside of the Niners. But I've learned, like, over the last couple of years, like, sack numbers don't mean anything if you don't have an actual line.
And that's what I'm looking forward to. Mikael Williams. He's a real defensive lineman. He's an edge. I honestly think he's going to be a perfect fit for our defense. Alfred Collins.
How many guys
you needed an edge that could also set the edge in the run game.
Yes,
and that's exactly his skill set. It's NFL ready right now. Yeah.
I also need someone young and hungry that's going to hunt down Kyler Murray.
Ooh.
You don't want to take a hit from Michael. Like, he hits hard.
Oh, yeah.
Levi, how
many
undrafted free agents did you guys get?
A lot. A lot of people are confused who's going to make the roster at this point, and I love it.
Hey, I'm just going to be honest with you.
Didn't get drafted.
It's because we have like a 20-year history of undrafted rookie free agents. There was one year it kind of got broke, but then he came back. So, but we basically have a 20-year history of an undrafted rookie free agent making.
And Levi, Nazir Stackhouse signed with the Packers.
The Packers.
Oh gosh,
that's gonna be such a good fit for him.
So I'm looking at this like now we got Alfred Collins, right? A good run defender for being tall. What I saw on tape, he does play with a low pad level. He'll get in them passing lanes. He'll get them paws up. You know, he don't necessarily have a high amount of sacks, but he'll push the pocket back. And where's the quarterback going to go? Is he going to go towards Nick Bosa, or is he going to go towards Mikael Williams? So it's like, honestly, I like the pick. It's drastically improving our run defense right off the bat, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's again, just like I said during the draft, your team sent a clear message: we're gonna stop the run, and a lot of their picks translated immediately to that on defense.
Okay, but Levi, you're an AFC fan, so my main concern when Salah came back was that I hated his soft zone defense from 2019 and 2020, right before he left. Do you think that he's learned enough with the Jets to cut that bull crap out? Because I remember those games against the Packers where he just let them walk them down the field repetitively, but he didn't have a DB like a legitimate DB core the way he does now.
Super Bowl. I hate to say it when I watched y'all lose your Super Bowl. It was against Kansas
Super
City,
Bowl.
right?
Mm-hmm.
The coaching of the defensive backs and the room that they were giving the wide receivers of the Chiefs and those final drives that made was absolute. And I it's why when he got fired, they brought him back. Who was that? That was him, right?
Who?
What coach got fired from y'all?
It was
No, it was
it's the DB coach that got fired, and he went to the Browns for a while.
Dude, it was unexcusable. The space given to them in those situations and just allowing them to get free releases constantly. Renardo Green's a great change in that pace. You know, he can go put hands on somebody. So
I love Lenore. I really love Lenore and Mustafa, but now I'm worried about Mustafa coming back from his re-tear or whatever it is.
You can count on Upton Stout for that. Upton Stout's more of a slot up to the line type of guy anyway. It's just one of those ones where you always draft the same safety with the same skill sets is the only thing I'm a little critical of. You got to have a cover one safety man in the NFL. You got to have someone like that was Ed Reed's thing. Baltimore could play cover one on everybody, and Ed Reed could take away the entire back end of the field with his range. And when you can play elite cover one style, it makes a harder life on the offense. Is my opinion. Alfred Collins, though, absolute steal. He was going to go in the second round no matter what.
I really like the pick. Like, where's Kenny at here?
He has a 3% missed tackle rate, so one of the best missed tackle rates in his class. And playing at Texas, where So
Big Mig. I think they will get it done. It's just a question of when. And Brock is showing up to OTAs in camp. So I think hopefully it'll get done sooner than later. Because typically the guys that show up OTAs in camp get signed in June, July. They don't wait till a week before the season starts, so they have a down season because they're just not all with it. I absolutely hate that.
Worst case, he goes Joe Flacco. You bet it all on winning the Super Bowl, and it's like one of those ones. He did that for us. He won the Super Bowl. It was great, but of course, it meant we did have to really pay him. But at the same time, I didn't
you wouldn't do that again to have another Super Bowl.
I was thinking I don't really care about overpaying a little bit because I got a ring. So
sorry, I'm late.
Oh my God.
Welcome in, John. Welcome in, Kenny.
Work.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, Steve.
Kenny,
Kenny, I don't know, buddy. I mean, we might need.
Exactly referencing.
What happened? What did I do?
Oh,
You
no,
know what you did.
You're from New Jersey.
Yo, I'm so sorry. I was working on something and it took me too long. I forgot.
I almost was late because I was playing Schedule 1. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, so the third round pick, the first third round pick, and we were all scratching our heads like, who's this guy? Here I am, after doing some research, watching some tape, and actually looking at the player, it's like, I think if he would have played the whole season, his rank would have been a lot higher than it was. All right. In 2023, he had 140 tackles, 6 sacks. I can't remember the tackles for loss. I'd have to look it up.
Do you know how many were
But
slow tackles?
But yeah, and this guy, he's fast enough to cover running backs and tight ends. That's what we ask our Will to do, and our Sam. My bad. That's what we ask our Sam to do. So now we got like a plethora of youngsters in the linebacker room, but this guy's the only one that Saleh actually picked. So it's kind of.
He's one of those guys that
size,
caught my eye at the
speed,
combine, man.
Size, speed, style. It's just he's similar to Dre Greenlaw, but he's not Dre Greenlaw. He's Nick Martin.
I mean,
he could be better.
Slow either. He ran 4.53.
Kenny, bite your tongue.
I feel you, David. He caught my eye. He's one of 5 guys that I had, or I'm sorry, actually, only 4 linebackers were on my tier 1, like looking in drills essentially. And I had no clue who this guy was, but he came out flying in the bag drill to start. And he continued the day pretty damn strong. He just looked good, changing directions over the middle.
I mean, he was there on the buzz. You just had to keep going. You know what I mean? You had to keep going to page 5, 6 to find him. But
like Kenny said,
so
he didn't have numbers, but I trust my eye when I see things at the combine. Like,
well, you just have to watch him. Watch his watch his highlights films, even the lowlights. I bet you he looks good because he looked like a heat-seeking missile.
Like case in point, my tier 1 linebackers were Campbell from Alabama, who of course went to the Eagles. Demetrius Knight, who went before him. Jack Kaiser from Notre Dame, who y'all know I loved. And that's
I think you're muted.
Category, in my opinion.
No, I'm not.
Well, we can hear you now, though.
Yep.
So.
I know you can, and I got a bone to pick with that daggone Spongy and Levi.
Darn. I want nothing to do with it, sir.
No damn way. You guys were in our mouth. We broke bread together. You Judases. First Levi, first Spongy, SpongeBob SquarePants. Second round,
most
number 64 overall, Andrew Makuba. Come on,
right?
Come on, Spongy.
Clear for
Spongy, Spongy, come on, Spongy. Come on,
Is that
Spongy.
Earl Thomas right there?
Spongy. Come on now, and we ain't gonna talk about Jahad Campbell, and then you come back and get Ty Robinson, number 4.
Oh, I know that's a steal right there. Yep. Like that's a menace on the inside.
Spongy, you're not coming to you're not invited to the cookout anymore.
That Mac McWilliams picks out of UCF, man. I picked Mac McWilliams in almost every single mock draft.
Levi,
for 8 weeks.
Levi Jeans, Levi Williams. How you gonna get Malachi Starks and then come around in round number 2 pick up Mike Green? and then, ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching within the sound of my voice, everybody who's a 49er fan, who's been following me and the great David McNiner, the great Melissa
Buchanan,
Korey Day. These boys is in Baltimore. The coast go like this. How in the world do the Baltimore Ravens go get Teddy Buchanan?
And I told y'all from the day one, Baltimore is going to draft 1 safety, 2 corners. We did just that.
Come on,
we got 3.
How you
got a longer beam, son?
Out of University Cap.
It's going to be a long
right. You did get
longer beam and Aeneas Peoples from the great state of Virginia.
Oh, we are so excited about Peebles. I got a video, Pterodome, you would love this. Have you seen the video of Peebles doing the worm to try to distract kickers at the Senior Bowl? Apparently he's over there like just doing the worm in front of the long snapper and kickers trying to distract them on their final kicks of the Senior Bowl. I love it.
Dave, next year they just we're not, they can't come. All all we're gonna do is we're gonna get
I said,
kickers.
Terry, I don't know if you were here. I'm like, I can
They went
undeniably
back.
say the Ravens are better than they were last year. Like,
They went back and took their respective franchises, all of our picks, and I look up. I can't get no. I'm like, I know they didn't.
I was
In real,
banging for the Eagles to pick before, man. Like, oh.
What about
I'm so
Antoine
excited on it.
Ryland?
Oh,
Spicy.
dude, getting Ryland in the end of that round. He's another one of those guys. He's got edge linebacker. He leads like in the stops categories of the entire draft class.
We got a
Dude,
Virginia
that was a
boy
steal.
too there.
Cameron Williams right before him was a fucking steal. Like,
Why'd
that
all
was a
those teams?
second round
Why'd all those
tackle in the
teams
sixth
pass
round.
on him then?
David,
Second round tackle in the sixth
Melissa,
round.
Yes.
they know what they were doing. They weren't doing their own research. They just came around.
Hey,
And
I
they-
ain't her picks though.
Oh, look. Oh, there's a good guy. Oh, yeah, Turradome and the 49ers seem to
Hi,
like
dude.
Hey, but like
let
you
me-
missed out on
let me
Peoples,
tell my
but you got
Eagles.
CJ West. Like, let's keep it real. Like,
finally, yeah. But if it was up to you guys, come on, Levi.
I like Stout.
Come on,
I like
Spongy.
Siegel. Jordan James is a workhorse, bro. Like, and he's a different set than everyone else you got.
Hey,
Like,
So did y'all-
we'll
Watch
get to
you
him in
follow
just a
him.
second. But the next guy is Upton Stout.
Love you guys,
And,
man.
You know, it's
Y'all
not
was
not
a
the
little-
fight in
I'm
the
excited.
it's
I'm
not
excited for this season.
it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the
Fight in
dog.
the
Okay?
dog. There you go.
I don't
Like,
need no cats around here. I need dogs.
Yep.
I've seen Chihuahuas
You don't
chasing
want a
people down the street.
You want a
Okay,
big
A
dog.
Chihuahua is feisty. You don't want the problems from a Chihuahua,
Yep.
man. They real.
If you
I mean,
want
I'm
a
not saying
feisty
he's
small
not
dog,
small, but
don't get mixed up with Pomeranians. Those things are nasty.
Stout's great though. He really can be a slot cornerback. Legitimately. What's crazy? You drafted two guys that are safety corner mixes with Stout and Siegel. They are the exact
That
same skill set.
was real nice. I gotta admit, that was real. Robert Saleh came in the door waving the 4-4. All you want to hear is Papa, don't hit me no more. Robert Saleh, thank you for coming back. Because if it was up to Sorensen, we would have got, I don't know, Fozzie Bear and a couple of Muppets.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Pterodome,
Robert Saleh.
Pterodome, you know how much I love you. You know how much I
Yes,
respect you.
Yes, ma'am.
I still don't trust Salah. I need to see it before I believe it again.
For whom?
Oh, by the way,
For myself.
Kuba's part of
For
the zero
Robert
touchdown
Saleh?
club.
Yeah.
Oh, babe, look at the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
No,
picks.
no.
That says it all. for
Pterodome,
Robert Saleh.
I'm not questioning the draft. The only thing I questioned is I still have no center, which you know how I feel about that going back years. But
No.
I ain't got nothing to do with the offense. If Robert
I
Saleh don't
know,
either. I
I
ain't
know
got nothing.
that, but
I ain't got nothing to do. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I
That's
need
on
to
Kyle.
see Salah not
You gotta talk to my
mishandle the
cousin Kyle.
DB room, and I need him to stop with that soft zone bullshit. That's what I need more than anything.
Saleh went out and got some good ball players, and Robert Saleh can do. I ain't got nothing to do with these linemen that Forrester. If it involves linemen and the San Francisco 49ers, we'll have to talk to Forrester and Kyle. It's Forrester and Kyle. I'm getting like Bill Belichick after the fumble thing.
Let me give you a little fun stat line too.
That's on
Siegel,
Kyle. Y'all
I
talk
told
to
you
Kyle.
he comes down and plays a lot of the slot. but it's not
Pterodome,
that he
I've
just
stayed
plays in
away
the
from
slot,
nothing
he
but
plays
Niners because
man
I
coverage.
don't want to lose to that Mike Anderson, and he loves some Chris Forrester.
Siegel is one of the
I've
highest
not
hand usage safeties
on
in this
him.
entire draft class. Yeah, fourth basically. Watts is first. There's a couple other guys. Siegel is a guy that comes down from safety and can man up on a guy, and I love that skill set.
Yeah, that's on them guys. That's a hey.
What are
Talk
you
to
saying,
Kyle.
Scott?
Talk to Kyle.
Yep.
For the
Pterodome,
Toronto Argonauts of the
I was
CFL
sick all
have added
weekend.
Or Sanders.
I gotta say,
Oh, yeah,
being
that's
around you
loud.
for 2 seconds just cheers me up. Like there's just something magical about you. Please don't ever change.
I have given up, Melissa. I have given up, man. Kyle and Chris Forrester, they're like, I've been watching. Shout out. They not paying me any money. They're not a sponsor, but shout out to Prime, Amazon Prime. They are showing the old coaches with Luther Van Dam and Hayden Fox. That is Kyle and Luther. Kyle and Luther. That's on
and
them.
on the Stout thing, Stout's actually got one of the lowest missed tackle rates of this entire safety class.
I know,
Very
and
short tackle
I was a little upset. I drafted. I mocked him. I think I was with Dave. Me and Dave, because me and Dave are simpatico. Even we're like Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin. We will get the same ball players. We did it initially in March. I keep my March. I keep my historic events so I can go back and look at stuff. I mocked Upton Stout. A lot of folks, I think Kenny said, "Oh, he's short. He's a little runt or whatever." Like that. I said,
I took him in ton of mine, Terradome. I'm with you, dude. I took him.
You let me know
one.
when I can tear this draft apart, and then I'll.
So
I thought he was. Man. Even if he's in Western Kentucky, I said this guy can play. Has anybody looked at him? And I understand, Kenny.
I think he was just the only cornerback left when you were picking.
Yeah. He popped up. It was in the 5th round. It was a little bit of a reach. Might have been one of our set. It might have been the 7th round. It might have been our first pick in the 7th round. But I did mock him. Man, that daggone Forrester and Kyle, they just don't believe in getting it is what it is.
Chris Forrester said it. I would rather have a guy that gets the ball in his hands. But I'm like, here I am. I use this thing called logic. Yep. Okay. And it's how are you supposed to get the ball in the guy's hands? Yep. How are you supposed to do that?
And how's the quarterback supposed to stay upright there, Chris? Thanks, Chris.
Okay, yeah, but let's be honest. Like he's just taking the fall for Shanahan's missteps.
That's what everybody says, Melissa. But dag it, when you get on that podium and you say that, it is. He said he agrees. He's that for y'all. The Terradome will be on tomorrow at noon. I'll be with Wolfie. I will show you film of Chris Forrester saying, "Hey, I believe it too. I think we can go out and get field positions and stuff."
I believe.
Terradome, I know what you're saying. All I'm going to say is, at the end of the day, at least Chris Forrester brought Trent Williams to the Niners.
He didn't bring it. Kyle and John went and got him. They didn't draft Chris Forrester.
But what did Trent say though, Terradome? He said that he wanted to go play with his guy that he played at the football team because that's who he trusted. That's who he had a bond with. Okay. And yes, Shanahan was there, but it was his guy that was the linchpin of why he decided to come here.
So understand. And that is fine, but we didn't draft him. He was a free agent coming over to us.
Yep.
We traded for Trent.
Draft choices.
Yes. So
yeah, we traded for him. He was already established. He had already been to 6 Pro Bowls and daggone 2 All Pros or something like that before we got it. I'm talking about going out and getting your own guy, your own All Pro. Like if Pooney turns in to an All Pro, hey, thank you, Chris. You developed him. That's on you, Chris. But hey, don't go out and get fruit off the tree that fell off the tree and then say, hey, yeah, that's me too. No.
Yep.
No.
Also, if I can say this, like when Trent Williams was in Washington, there was a lot of, things that were going on, and he wanted to get the hell out of there. It wasn't like, he wanted to get the hell out of there.
Yep. And Washington's a dirty place.
And when Joe Staley retired, I remember the next day he came in. So it was probably Kyle who reached out to him.
That was Kyle. That was Kyle. And we were and John Jay, we were gonna lose him to Kansas City at the end. Kansas City was hot to trot on one Trent Williams, and it took Kyle going up the steps like Chico and the Man or Taxi or something, at the end saying, "No, give me Trent Williams." If that
Are
doesn't
you
happen,
talking about?
Trent Williams is
Are
the
you
Kansas
talking about
City Chiefs.
after COVID when he needed a contract extension? Or are you talking about when we first traded for him?
When we
Because that was
first
the
got him.
Browns.
No, when we
That
first
was the
got him,
Browns.
Kansas City Chiefs were going to get Trent Williams. It's well documented. The Kansas City Chiefs were on Trent Williams. They were big. He was about to sign with the Kansas City Chiefs, and you know how our history is with the Kansas City Chiefs. If not for Kyle, Trent Williams is a Kansas City Chief. I tell you what I know. I tell you
All
what I
right,
know.
so well, back to the draft list. We're about to get to the good part. We were talking about Upton Stout. He's 5'8". He runs fast, though. He's about a 4'4" guy. 37.5-inch vertical. He plays way bigger than he is.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to having him on the field there at nickel
I am
corner
too.
or free safety, whatever he ends up playing.
They say he's sticky. He's very, very sticky. You're not getting away from Upton Stout. He is on you like white on rice in a glass of milk in a paper plate in a snowstorm. I really like him. And I was like a lot of y'all guys. And as it was happening in real time, we were not going to have revisionist history. I was thinking if we couldn't get Makuba because of those daggone Eagles, Billy Bowman is the guy. I was like, let's get Billy Bowman. Let's get Billy Bowman. And they go up just that. I was like, oh, that's a reach. But then I look at the PFF grades and I look at what they were saying about how many tackles Bowman is missed.
23.1% missed tackle rate.
PFF gave us the worst grade in the draft. Remember that.
PFF's high.
Oh.
If you had drafted Bowman, I'd been on you.
Isn't PFF Chris Collinsworth? Like, wouldn't he forever hate the Niners for all of eternity?
I can't hate on Chris Collinsworth or whoever. PFF does their research and shows you who played what and how did they do during it. They just quantify what a guy does in his productivity. The numbers ain't got nothing else. The numbers aren't black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, Asian, Hispanic. The numbers don't care. The numbers don't care. Either you got penalties and you made tackles or you do not. And regardless of who owns it, I don't care if Elon Musk owns it. It quantifies what a dude did in his numbers.
True.
I then go back and look at the film and I say, okay, this does match up. Look at that. Oh my God. Look at Brindle. He is a 33.
Oh, please don't bring up Brindle. Please don't bring up Brindle.
And I know everybody would say PFF, Chris Collinsworth runs PFF or Chicken George runs PFF. I don't care who it. Just quantify it. If you got your scale and you come to me, if Melissa, if Levi, if you got a scale that you register and you've quantified mistakes or good plays, and then come back to me and say, hey, this is what I see. I graded the guy based on his missed assignments, based on his mess ups, based on if he dog walks somebody. I'll say, okay, I'll check it out. Let me match it up. And PFF does I gotta admit, they do an excellent job at just quantifying stuff. They just bean count. It's not a political statement. It's not a let me push my guy statement. It's not it's just from our scale, what we look at, what we grade. If an offensive lineman messes up, and he gives you penalties, if an offensive lineman misses assignments, if an offensive lineman doesn't do what he's supposed to do, we give you a demerit. But if you out there blocking and run or pass, we say, okay, yeah, that was an 8, that was a 9, that was a 10.
Can I ask a question real quick before I leave?
Go ahead, baby.
Because I got sick Friday night, so I was really out of it. Wasn't Upton Stout the guy that there was like this clip on X where it went viral where I think Shanahan was comparing him to Kwan Williams,
I think
the
I have that.
shark.
Up the Stout comes in on it's Friday night. It was Thursday night first round, Friday night second round, and yeah, just based on his size.
I'm not misremembering that, right?
Yes,
that was the clip where Shanahan was
yeah.
comparing him to Shark.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they have some similarities. Undersized, but very sticky, very tenacious, very tough, very get into it type of it. And then it's because we didn't have any other choice. If y'all remember back real quick, look at how this draft was playing out. At picks 98 and 99, we were gonna go after a tackle, but them daggone Los Angeles Raiders, and if Pete Carroll is in here and the great Tom Brady, y'all took 2 tackles ahead of our 100th pick. They took
Mark.
they took Caleb and they took Grant.
I love
right.
And we ain't had no other choice but to go with, all right, let's go after a slot guy. These
We could have taken a tackle.
double down and took 2 tackles.
Yep. So I want to say this about PFF. Terradome, you knocked it out of the park. They're about the numbers. They're about the analytics.
That's it.
But you also said something that I'm really glad.
That's lying.
Hold on. Then you watch the film and you compare what the analytics says versus what the film said. I just wanted to say that. I really like that.
Yes, sir.
And just remember,
it's not the end up. You don't go totally off of
They
PFF,
were horrible at
but
draft.
you go back. It's like a 40
the hardest
time.
grades in PFF are the coverages because they truly don't know what the defense responsibilities are, especially when they're making communications there on the field and stuff like that.
I can see that.
So coverage is the one that translates the least.
Yeah, it can look a little wild because sometimes if I'm playing safety and Levi's playing corner, and we said, "Hey, we're running palms coverage. I got him deep, and you got him inside and short," and he burns us deep.
Yeah,
it looks
up the short route.
like but really, it was Levi who was supposed to get that guy.
Okay, you guys, I gotta head out. But it was really nice to see everybody.
Hey, Melissa. Hey, great to see you. Remember, next draft season, boycott Spongy and Levi. they steal your pick.
I'm from Jersey. We do not care about the Eagles here. That you never have to worry about. And no offense, Levi might be the friendliest Raven fan ever, but I have still not gotten over the fact that Patrick Willis and everybody I loved from the Fangio defense never got a Super Bowl because of his team.
Makuba
turn the light out. Don't turn the lights out.
Be there at 100. Makuba's and these Eagles snuck up and got him.
All right, everybody.
I see you, Eagles. I see you, Eagles. You're sneak.
Yep.
And they got a Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah, they ain't even need it. They're like, they're like King David in the Bible. You didn't even need that woman, David. Like you out, it took this guy's wife.
Huh? What you heard about?
In the Bible, let me give y'all some church. In the Bible, in the Bible, King David didn't even need another woman. He was a king, but he went out and got Uriah's wife, who was Bathsheba. He's the king. He don't even need another woman. And I'm liking it. Stay with me. I'm liking it to the Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all already won a Super Bowl. You good. Why go and mess with the San Francisco 49ers wife, Makuba? You ain't even need it. But away they go.
We got rid of CJ.
And that's my Bible.
All right. So we gotta get focused here. I gotta cut it off at like in around 40 minutes because I gotta go. But
okay, I've gotten it off.
CJ West. Though.
I feel better. Go ahead.
You're good. We gotta talk about CJ West here. I really like this guy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean, the combine has him at 317, but that just means he lost a little bit of weight and was working on getting himself in shape. I'm okay with that. He's
Yes, sir.
6'2", plays with a short pad level, gets leverage, hates quarterbacks. So I think this guy's a great fit for us.
He's going to be wonderful. He's going to be wonderful, Dave. That's a saving grace. Yeah, Dave. I'm feeling it. Did you see a statement? I'm here to punch sinners in the mouth.
That's what I'm working.
That's all I need, buddy.
When you come out talking shit, it doesn't usually end well for you.
If you feel that good about what you do,
the Chicago Bears tackle last year, I'm going to give up 0 sacks. Caleb had touched the ground. 50, 58? 50, what? How many was it?
That's what we do.
I'm joking. I do love CJ West.
Go back to the film and look at CJ West. I have mocked him. I have seen him at the Indiana University. Mm-hmm. He's serious about what he's talking about. I feel very good. I feel confident. That might be my favorite pick of the 2025 draft. CJ West is going to come to play ball, barring injury. If something happens and a guy gets injured, I ain't gonna, all bets are off.
Be able to come in,
but I know a dog when I see one.
Away.
Yeah,
and on top of that, he can still continue to develop his pass rush game. He's got power enough to push from the interior, and he's quicker. Don't let that size fool you. He's pretty damn quick.
He crosses the face a lot.
On it. Yeah, he's got good hand usage. Like he's gonna get. He's got good pass rush potential off the rip, but he's
going to pay dividends.
And if he grows, he's got potential to be an elite level.
Yep.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. Check him out. Just go back. All I ask y'all to do is go back and look at his highlights, look at his capability, look at him against
he can anchor in the A gap Terradome. That's his thing. He's 1 of 3 in this draft class.
That's what it is. And we need that so bad. Shout out to Robert Saleh, him, Alfred Collins, and Michael Williams. Mm-hmm. Man, we gonna be stout against the run. Yep. We're no longer the policy is in place. The San Francisco 49ers are no longer a gimme when it comes to running the football. Mm-hmm. That is how you make a statement.
Yep.
And these young men do just that. I really feel good with it, Kenny. I know your role is to be objective or subjective and be as just tear it down as much as you can, and that's fine.
Make my top 10.
But these guys come to play ball.
Yep. That's all that matters. As long as they're on the field and they're producing, that's what matters. Who cares what their draft grade and what critics say? If they're
doing it, they ain't show me nothing but. I like them, John Jay. I like them.
I agree. And if these guys are like they may not be like the flashy pick, they may not be but if they're ballers and they're on the field and they're gonna make the right hits, that's all we need. And you said it. Our run game was not good.
Booty.
Hopefully Alfred Collins is that guy that we need.
Yeah.
Two teams ranked very, very high in the NC2A against the run, Texas and Indiana. And both of them featured Alfred Collins and CJ West.
It's been back-to-back years.
That's all I can add. That's all I can. There are always exceptions. Maybe it won't them. Maybe it was an anomaly. Maybe it's this.
Texas
maybe
it's
that. But from every analytical point that I'm looking at, they were the catalyst
Ohio State kind of too
behind the success. That's all I can ask. Come on in here. Get ready to play. We get ready to punch people in the mouth. That's what I'm here for. That's it.
So, Kenny.
Yeah.
If you got something, say it, buddy. We gotta move on.
Let's just get through the 7 with 11 picks, and then I'll tell you what I think.
All right. So we're at Jordan Watkins, the wide receiver. Ain't he an Ole Miss guy?
Oh, yeah, the only Ole Miss guy no Niner creator picked for a
draft. 200 plus receiving yards.
But old Terradome told everybody.
Single other Ole Miss player.
Terradome told everybody, look out, Ole Miss is going to have a big draft. Did I not say that? Look for the Ole Miss guys. Please Please tell me I said that. I feel like Robert De Niro in Casino. Please tell me I told
PG
y'all.
Ruthless.
I told y'all
Same thing.
they would be well represented. Oh, here's a little nugget. Ole Miss had the most picks and almost set a record for picks in a draft from the year that Manning
What happened?
was picked. Manning was picked. Here's my catch. Not Eli, Archie Manning, the dad of Eli and daggone Peyton. I told y'all those Ole Miss guys were coming, and they showed up and showed out. I told you there was a good
They
ball
were
player
pretty
that Ole
stacked
Miss.
team. They played 3 ranked teams last year, so they should be good.
They are good.
Well, and
They're very good.
This guy, he has really good hands. Yards per catch was 18 and a half. And he's fast. So pretty much the last 2 drafts, we drafted, Jacob Cowan, he's a 4.38 guy. We drafted this guy, he's a 4.37.
I think he could have got undrafted, this guy. We could have got him.
I don't know about that, Tommy. But either way, we drafted him, right?
It was Ole Miss. It was Ole Miss time at the OK.
He's a backup. He's a backup.
He came in for Trey Harris when he went.
I like Jordan Ivey too. Jordan Ivey didn't get drafted, but Jordan Ivey, I had mocked him a couple times. Ole is a baller. Ole Miss got ballers.
All right. I just all we do is fucking reach.
Hey, quit! Don't use that word right now. Well, we can talk about that in a minute.
Not yet.
God.
So this guy, I mean, in the last 2 drafts, the Niners have gotten speed in the wide receiver room.
And they don't use it.
We had like a 4.50 Ayuk, a 4.48 Debo. Juwan Jennings is
Danny Gray.
He's not the fastest guy in the world, okay?
Yeah.
And
third round pick wasted on
speed in the wide receiver room. In the last 2 drafts, we've got speed in the wide receiver room. John Lynch wanted to get young and fast, and that's what has happened in the last couple drafts here.
Yeah.
So,
and if I remember, he was tied for like 3rd for the 10-yard split. So not only does he have pretty good speed, he's got quick acceleration potentially.
Hope we get some separation then this year. We better.
Hey, let's not use that word yet either.
If I'm not mistaken, actually, I can't remember. I'm trying to remember like when y'all drafted him because I had all the numbers up. I think he actually was one of the better like man beaters in college, if I remember correctly.
It was round 4, pick 138.
That's assault, brother.
As you know, I was not sleeping much then. It's all blur.
So here we are, though. Here we are. We're at Thunder. Okay. So we kind of got lightning with CMC and Garindo here. We got lightning.
Yeah.
We need some thunder. So we grabbed Jordan James, running back from Oregon. The guy, yards after contact, he doesn't go down easy. He'll run somebody over. It's prototypical 49er right there.
Who?
Did I go
Jordan
away?
James,
Or did
the
David
running
go
back
away?
from Oregon. 15
he doesn't
rushing
fit.
touchdowns. 15 rushing touchdowns. Knows how to get in the end zone.
Yeah, he's quick.
I don't know about this one. He doesn't fit. He runs out of shotgun mostly. That's not how we fucking play.
I just feel like wide receiver.
He's not fast.
Just get those in the 7th round, bro.
This is a wasted pick. I'm sorry.
He's not fast, but he runs through contact. We got Garindo for fast. He's 4.33. We got Garindo.
Yeah, but Garindo's
like, I think a 4.4.
Okay, so this is
Garindo's a straight line guy. If it's there, Garindo will get it. Garindo has the speed, but
no vision.
With a running back, you've got to have eyes out of the side of you got to have some peripheral vision to say, oh, I see that hole over there. Even though my face is pointing this way, I see it over there. I'm gonna stop, go over there, and hit the hole. And
you know what I love about James Jordan?
Innate guy. Go ahead with James Jordan.
He has never fumbled in his whole time in college.
Boy, you better preach.
Might have a lot.
They preach.
I have those
That's
number on
why-
Jordan Watkins, by the way, on the man coverage. If you want to hear him,
Just go. Don't fumble that ball.
you
Do not put the
Yeah.
church money on the floor. Don't
So
put
if you're
the church
looking at
money on
the
the
entire
Don't
draft
put
Classic.
that church
Jordan
money
Watkins.
on the Pastor
All right,
does
hold
not
on,
like
Lee-
you.
Words
Go
of
ahead.
wisdom right there.
Hold on,
So
Levi.
if you're looking
Levi?
at this draft class, I'm talking about Jordan Watkins and man coverage. A lot of teams seem like they might have been scared to play him in man. He only saw 14 targets out of the entire. Like when I'm looking at the entire draft class, he's up there with some of the better guys that got drafted way ahead of him.
I apologize. You couldn't have got him undrafted. Maybe you could get him in the 6th
No,
or
not
5th.
undrafted.
He only got
No,
14
I
man
apologize,
coverage
that's
looks.
wrong.
Out of those 14, he beat the receiver 13 times for 280 yards and 4 touchdowns. You don't play this guy in man coverage, is what it looked like. And zone,
Nice.
he might need to learn how to settle down and find a hole in his zone a little bit, but he wasn't terrible. But if you're looking for a man beater, which that's what y'all complained about a
That
lot,
is
Seems
what
beat
we
that.
needed.
He's
We
ninth in the
need
entire draft.
guys that can beat people in
Jaden
man
Higgins, who got
coverage.
drafted
We
second
got
round,
to have the quick. We got to
Metro
have the
McMillan
quickie
is fitting
guys.
on that list. So
That is what we want.
Value-wise?
That's
I
exactly.
thought that was
It-
what
it-
Pearsall was.
It may not have
Pearsall's
been
an over the middle,
PFF wanted.
kind of
PFF
like outside
PFF
slot.
they put their board together and said, "Hey,
He's
this
good.
guy's better. This guy's better. That guy's
He's gotta
better."
get Wayne
But the
Rapp
San
on it,
Francisco 49ers did not have receivers that can get open. And then
Yeah.
and Brock's looking like, well, then I'm gonna throw at a covered dude. I hope it goes well.
By the way, Trey Harris.
Yeah.
is
We
number one
need
on that
guys
list.
that can separate.
Yep.
That's
And
why
everyone's like
these
blaming
picks were better.
freaking Purdy. It's like, where else is he going to go? Take a sack
I
or
know,
throw it
that-
to the.
Because
Contested.
that's with the simple mind.
Yep.
And I'm talking to you, Grant Cohen, and it's not David McNiners. I'm not talking. I'm not messing up anybody else's stuff. Grant Cohen, you're welcome to come to the Terror Dome. I will show you. This is what it is.
I got
You
a fun
need a
number on
quarterback.
Jordan James,
You
too.
need a quarterback that can find guys to get open. It's
Yes.
not Brock's fault because these guys can't separate.
Yeah.
You need receivers that can separate.
Yep.
Please separate.
Yeah.
I gotta throw it when you're covered
Yeah.
and hope that it
See, that should be
happens.
Cowling's strength too. That should be actually.
I
know.
I don't. Cowan should have. He better eat his Wheaties because that motherfucker's skinny as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're not wrong.
So
Cowan's got the prerequisite skills to pay the bills, but
Yeah.
you
I
know,
know,
how Kyle is. Oh, I ain't playing him. He's a rookie.
I know. I know. Like
What you mean you ain't skinny?
that's a true
Yeah.
statement. Like
You
Brock
so
Purdy-
skinny you could hula hoop through a Cheerio.
Brock Purdy
He-
last
He
year.
needs to eat potatoes.
I know Brock Purdy last year forcing a lot of throws because he can't find that open window. So when
You
they're
gotta
about to
find
be
the guys
snapped,
that can separate.
yeah, you need
Please
separation.
go back and look at that Super Bowl against the Kansas City Chiefs. They figured this out. Spagnuolo said, "You know something? These guys ain't got no quick. They ain't got no move. Let's man up on them, and we'll cover them like blankets." Debo running routes, and I love you, Debo Samuels. I do. I wish you the very best. I hope you make All Pro the next 10 years.
Mhm.
But you running routes like a daggone like Mo, Larry, and Curly
Yeah.
on the Three Stooges. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yep.
You need to cut and get out.
Yeah.
I done messed up my headphones.
I like the
So-
Jordan James pick. If you look at pure running grades with a 20% minimum snap, he's 7th in this draft class. Like that's great numbers. Like John Jay said, no fumbles. Or
Yeah, we just don't need
But
him. It's
one
never
of
gonna take a
the
snap.
fun little
Never
numbers I'm
see
looking
that
at
kid
on him.
play.
He has almost an exact even split of zone. I don't think I see anyone like with this close of a gap. 114 zone, 113 gap. He
Oh, yeah.
truly ran 50-50 scheme wise.
That's your guy. That's your
I know,
guy.
and-
But
I
when
know,
it's
it's actually
play,
That,
I know,
that's
and
what
they
you
take a
need.
snap.
You see what I'm saying there?
He's not a third down
Levi?
back though. That's his
You
knock.
just
He's not a
you
third
just
down
need
back.
you need the guys that can fit your system, and sometimes it doesn't line up with
His
PFF.
pass
It
blocking
doesn't
was
line
pretty
up
bad,
with
and his receiving
CBS.
wasn't great
Yeah.
either.
It,
And
it doesn't
just
line up with everybody else.
And then a lot
The
of people
49ers board is different from everybody else's board. And even though they're giving you a D, even though they're giving you an F, even though they're giving you some, your board is not exactly what we need. We need different skill sets.
I know,
and it's high on your board.
I know a lot of people do not know this, but Oregon was the #1 team. They were undefeated, and they played in the Big 12 against the Michigans, the Ohio State, the Penn State. And
yes, sir.
He and James in those games, in the Michigan, Ohio State, the Penn State, he played really well, and those teams were like really good last year.
Those are good teams. That's what I need. That's what I need. That's what I need. And PFF is going to say, well, we thought that Charlie Dickens or whomever was better. Pause.
Sam Snead.
But honestly, I loved kind of every one of your picks till the 5th round.
John,
after
John loves the Wolverines.
But they have their
don't stop it.
Yeah, we probably need to talk about the Maple Missile. I think we probably could have went a couple of different ways with that one, but the Maple Missile, I'll let Dave run it. Dave, it's your show.
So Kenny, though, I got a quick question. How many running backs did we start last year?
Well, because CMC was injured, 4. But any other time, 1.
So that's the thing, is he might see the field. We never know.
I think Jordan James might be the best goal line back on your roster.
That's huge.
I think that's what I'm saying. I think he can see goal line carries like off the rip.
You just said he's not
and we sucked on the goal line.
We're gonna goal line.
Garindo should have been that guy. And my first question about Garindo was, could he run out inside? But I saw plenty of tape of him doing it. But I don't know.
We have Kyle.
You started to get the scheme and was actually running the ball pretty well before he got hurt.
Garindo's an athlete.
Fullback. Use him on the goal line. That's what you're supposed to do.
If it is blocked well and that hole is there, Garindo will hit switches and make everybody miss, and he's
got elite size, speed, measurables, physicals.
Inside.
He's elite level, elite on everything.
Garindo has never shown us the innate ability to make somebody miss, make that first guy miss. A quality of a great running back is that guy who can make that first guy miss.
You know who doesn't need a running
have
back
the vision to cut back and go?
The Eagles.
Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has innate ability.
I like him.
I shouldn't say kidding. We all love him. Sponge, who did Korey Kiner sign with undrafted? You know?
The 49ers.
49ers.
Yeah, we got him.
Was he? Oh, dude, Kiner's a stud, bro.
He's the best pick we got.
Yeah, Kiner's up there on that.
You freaking fairy.
Unbelievable. How we got
So we got next we got Marquez Sigel, North Dakota State free safety. A real actual free safety. Don't get nothing but strong safety.
Appreciate.
Yeah. Let's talk about that.
We need a free.
But who's gonna be boxed?
Well, that
transferred from
Jair Brown,
Kansas State. So he's
start with.
He was at Kansas State for 2 years.
No, I don't think they want to put 2 rookies at safety, dude.
Marquez.
Robert can coach him up, man. Robert can and we're gonna have to, because little did we know Makuba tore his ACL.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I got Makuba in the mind. Tear his ACL. It's an injury on a repaired knee. He had his ACL done on that knee.
Okay.
So it's not like a full tear. So he's not going to be out for a long period of time.
Guys,
he's not going to be there to start.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for correcting me. Yeah, thank you. Okay. But man, if we're playing fast and loose like we did last year with CMC, I had reservation. I had problems finding out about Mustafa's injury.
Really?
Late in the game, I'm like, "What? Are you kidding me? We're doing this again?"
I mean, maybe PFF's wrong here, but the thing that I liked about Siegel was he's a slot man guy. Safety.
Let's try that.
According to PFF, he leads this entire draft class, and I'm talking like 50% minimum snaps. So guys that played a fuck ton of football, excuse my language, 520 snaps at the slot.
You could swear.
He's a pick. He's a
He
backup.
is the number one slot safety, and he's got like the third or fourth highest man coverage. He's a free safety
That's what you need.
build that can play down in the box as a slot corner.
Yeah, he's good against the run too.
Oh, we
That's what you
paid
need.
we paid
That's what you
Jason
need.
Pinnock actual money. He's a free safety in the
Yeah,
NFL.
that's what I. Oh
He's-
wait,
And
He
if
needs
it,
to
if it
work
works,
actual
great.
money,
But we
but
got
he is-
both of them.
He is
He's-
willing to come hit somebody.
That's
He's
what
I think
you
he's
need.
just deaf.
That is what
Eagles,
you need.
fifth-round pick, 160.
I think he's just deaf, though.
That's
I
what
like
you
it.
need.
Like I said, I like
That's
the
what
pick.
you need. That's
I
what
like
you
everything
need.
up fifth round and higher. Like the
That's
That's
it.
why we have competition at camp. So
Yes,
we'll
sir.
see.
Yes, it's gonna all work out when it comes May,
And
June,
y'all still
July,
have free
and August.
agency money.
Oh,
We're
Pinnock!
still
I didn't know he was a free safety. I thought he was a box safety, but
That's
I
why
guess
we
he could play
signed
And
both.
that's the issue.
No,
We
he is
needed
more.
a free. We got like another box, and we got
Yeah,
a
you
ton
went
of
and got
boxes.
two
We
box
got
guys at safety.
we got more
He's a free-
boxes. We got more boxes than Amazon. We need a free. We need a free. We need a
Well, I mean-
Django Unchained.
Go get you Josh Simmons.
Well-
Or, not Josh Simmons.
Amistad. Give us
Oh,
speed.
Isaiah Simmons.
No, we also signed Richie Grant.
Give
You
us
talking about
speed.
Justin
I think
Simmons?
Grant actually does have
Just-
a lot of free
Justin
safety
Simmons.
experience.
But
Give
who's
us
going to be
speed.
the box safety
We
though?
gave money,
Tig?
real money, to two free
Yep.
You
safeties.
got a lot of box safety.
I
guys
know you hear me,
already.
Reg.
You're
Yeah.
good
Hey,
on. You're
hey,
good
hey,
on.
hey, look, Tommy,
Sorry.
Tommy, in Robert Sala, I trust.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
we'll just
just
say
don't
that.
trust him. Just don't trust him in the road
If I
game
had
usage.
two recommendations on free agents, the first one's gonna be Brandon Sheriff, the former Jaguar offensive guard. The
I
second
shot
guy,
the sheriff.
y'all might not like him, but Kazir White's a free agent and 29 years old, rival in the division. But man, I think adding
Eagles
him to that
legend.
linebacker room would be.
No, we already signed somebody who used to be a tackle for the Chiefs. His name is Humphreys.
DJ
Humphreys, he's kind of midish. He's got a
Yeah.
lot of
He's
starting
2 years
experience,
removed from his injury. The man is ready to play.
Well, look who it
He's got-
is.
like,
Low
he's got a
the
lot of
truth in the
potential.
chat.
He's got
He was an
potential.
all-pro.
because his
That's
grades
right.
were
Well, the truth is
real
in the
low.
chat.
His grades were
I haven't
real
seen him in a
So-
DJ,
minute.
hey DJ, I hope you're ready to go, man. But
Low, where you been, dog?
DJ.
All right. So hey, let's get back on it. We got Curtis Rourke, the quarterback out of Indiana.
Yep.
Now,
Reach.
keep in mind, we're about to sign our quarterback, so having
The
young guys that are
Maple
cheap in the quarterback
Missile.
room is just the
Yep.
thing to do. Okay.
the Maple
Another
He had
noodle
a
arm reach.
69.4% completion rating for 3,042 yards, 29 touchdowns to 5 interceptions.
Against
Trey Lance 2.0.
I mean, he's hurt all the time, and he's a 6'5".
No, he
Kinda
went
bad.
to Ohio State. He was actually
Here.
at Ohio
Yeah.
State
I know.
for 5 seasons.
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
And he had-
Ohio
he had
State
the
bus
Indiana
curse.
guys.
But you can't be a bust when you're the last pick in the draft.
David.
Second to last.
He
David,
may
I'm
be-
with
he may
you.
be good.
When dealing with the
I know.
blitz, he leads. He's one of the leaders in this class when dealing with the blitz in college.
No, you ain't
Got it out
working.
of
You're
the
working
same.
on your freaking buzz right now.
He's
Yeah,
good.
So I mean,
He was at-
we drafted a backup quarterback, all right, and he's going to be cheap for us for 4 years. That's just a wise thing to do.
He'll
He
be
good.
on the practice squad and
No.
get swooped up by another team.
David,
You never know.
Curtis
Yeah,
Rourke, he stayed at Ohio.
No, that's
University,
definitely gonna be
not
Kiner, Kenny.
Ohio
That's gonna be
State.
Kiner, sadly.
And
all
running back
right.
won't play.
He can battle it out with
Right.
Tanner Mordecai. And
Y'all drafted
he can battle it
running
with
backs
Mac
like
Jones.
Tanner.
Carolina Panthers.
Tanner
Oh.
Mordecai to Mordecai.
Oh,
Mordecai.
I'm
Last
rem-
year-
I'm
I just
remind-
like Mordecai's name.
I'm
Last
reminded
year-
of what's that Sunday when they stole the church. They stole the money from the church, and he's getting a massage, and he said Mordecai.
yeah,
From-
so he didn't go to Ohio State. He went to the University of Ohio before he went to Indiana.
Yikes.
Is that University of Ohio at Miami? Miami University of Ohio.
Miami.
University of Ohio. Just University of Ohio.
So, and
Yeah, it's a Miami University of Ohio. Go ahead.
Miami, not Miami of Ohio.
and one thing about him is like for those who watch, college football,
Bobcats.
Indiana is not known for, like being like Michigan and Ohio State, but he took that team and they were ranked at one point in the top 10. And I'm not saying he's anything special, but what he did with Indiana was pretty good. And
Bobcats.
I'm not saying he's going to take, Brock Purdy's job. I'm just saying that it's a good pick to have.
Yeah.
And when it comes to Kyle, I do want to bring up a friend of Korey, rest in peace, my friend. But there's a guy who Korey knew said Kyle Shanahan's that happy offensive system makes quarterbacks who are way, way below they are pretty good.
And he does. He does. But Ohio State Brock Purdy is just really something different. And I've seen him. Yeah. I've seen him come and go. I've seen Nate Sudfeld, Trey Lance, Jimmy G, all of them come and go. And Mac Jones is welcome to come. And the Maple Missile is welcome to come and show what he could do against Brock Purdy, born December 27, 1999. But he gonna send you packing more. He done sent more quarterbacks packing than Southwest Airlines. He just has. So keep on rolling them out, and we'll deal with you as we deal with you. But you better get on this train, and you better learn something from Brock Purdy, because that kid came in the door waving the 4-4. All you want to hear is "Papa, don't hit me no more." He came in there since December of 2022 and showed me not just Kyle system, but he showed me the traits of a great quarterback. He's shown me he's done nothing but execute whatever we think he can't do. He's dink and dunk. Well, now air yards, he's 9.3 yards in the air. He don't throw it down. Well, he leads the National Football League in 30 plus passes yards downfield. He can't move. Well, he's taking this mediocre line who we got Jake Brendel and McKivitz, and we had McGlinchey, and done nothing but scramble and make it happen. He's taking us to NFC championships. He's taking us to Super Bowls. The kid can play football. That's all I don't care if you're black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican, Asian, Hispanic, Samoan, Mediterranean, Haitian, Samoan, whatever. This guy can do it.
And whatever Kenny is.
You'll never know.
So,
you know who you are.
So the next guy is Connor
We
Colby.
know who you are, fucker.
Yeah, the next guy is Connor Colby, Iowa Hawkeyes. Comes from an outside zone blocking scheme. Has played left guard, right guard, and left tackle. So he's one of those versatile offensive linemen. Picked at 249, which
I like this one.
Another good pick.
I mean, does he make the team? I hope he does. I hope he does, because he's going to be cheap for 4 years.
Please do not make it a Kingston 2.0. Jesus Christ.
Panthers. Now the Panthers are like, thanks.
He'll be an
guys.
Eagle
We'll
in 6 months.
Solid pick. Great graphics, by the way, there, Dave. Great graphics, man.
And I actually like the guy. He comes from, like I said, the blocking scheme he comes from matches what we do. Size wise, he was 6'6".
Yeah. The measurables are beautiful.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
And he has experience.
And he's versatile. So that's really the thing that we're after. We like versatile offensive linemen.
Yeah. Hopefully he could play center and get rid of Brendel.
That would be fantastic. But I don't.
Speaking of Brendel,
I think we're going to be tortured unless Matt Hennessy can, show him.
Homer Lombardi says, "Oh, I think Brendel is bad because he just had an off year because of injury." I'm like, okay. If he was injured, why did he just not sit out? I mean, if you're injured, don't fucking play, man. Unless you're Fred Warner, of course.
Yeah,
that's exactly it. Let Nick Sakel get in there and beat you out for your job.
Or Nugent.
That's what he was worried about.
Or the Nuge.
The Nuge, baby. Who is a Brendel? Who is a Brendel comp?
Last but far from least, guys. One of the we got us a wide receiver. That's what they call him. But actually, this is a special teams edition.
Yes.
We haven't had a punt and kick returner like this since, say, Ted Ginn Jr.
Mhm.
Indeed.
Oh, geez. Let's not. Come on.
Yes, eight punt returns for touchdowns. Now, I mean, I honestly love the pick, and it's like he's now we drafted another wide receiver. We got 2 last year, so that's 4. We're gonna have Juwan Jennings. Well, yeah, actually that's 4 because we got 2 this year and 2 last year. We're gonna have Juwan Jennings and Ricky Purcell to start the season. Demarcus Robinson is missing. Was he missing games for again?
I just knew of his record in FCS. I need guys that can play special teams and get big yardage and get to the touch. We are always lacking a dangerous return man. His 40 isn't that great. It doesn't light the world on fire at 4.5, but somehow 8 punt returns for touchdowns means a great deal to me. We can
I don't care where you do. I don't care where you do 8 punt returns. That shit is hard.
So he must have some moves, and he must have real get-up speed, like
there you go.
He's got style.
acceleration.
So basically, he's from Montana, and they're one of those schools that nobody.
Montana.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
They are like one of the top teams because they're technically part of that sub Division 1, which is kind of weird, and they're considered like national champions in their subdivision. So that says a lot about this player. Again, I don't watch a lot of Montana games, but there's a lot of good buzz around him.
That's what I need. That's what us special teams. We need something to bust it open. And special teams, we haven't given the special teams its just due. It is a third of the game. It's a block punt. It's a return. It's something. It's a kick return. It flips the field and turns you on your side. And this kid has shown the ability to do that. Let's just give him a shot, man. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can do.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Corona?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Corona?
What you say, Corona? How you feel about special teams, Corona? How did our special teams act last year?
I feel a lot better.
Well, that's good, but it's good to show. Good you showed up. We're only going for probably about 7 more minutes because I gotta get going.
Oh, no worries.
Kenny, you said you got some things to say, so get it off your chest.
Let me run through this draft real quick. Michael Williams on my do not draft list. Alfred Collins, top 5 DT. Nick Martin, projected to be an undrafted free agent. Okay, Upton Stout was projected to go in the 6th round. Jordan Watkins was the 40th ranked wide receiver, projected UDFA. Marquez Siegel, 28th ranked safety, projected coming out UDFA. We are the only team that does this. We don't need to take wide receivers in the actual draft. There'll be plenty at UDFA. We don't need any more Jordan James. We don't need Curtis Rourke. Those people will never see the field unless CMC gets hurt or Brock Purdy gets hurt. And even then, Mac Jones will be the quarterback. And so all that shit is a waste. We could have made progress. We could have gotten offensive line because Kyle doesn't start offensive line. So if we want to get an offensive lineman in this lineup, he has to wait a whole year. So what are we going to do? Take offensive linemen next year and then they're not going to play till 2027? What did the Eagles do? Sure, they got lucky maybe with their offensive line, but they had the best offensive line. They won the Super Bowl. You have to have a good offensive line. You have to protect your quarterback. We lost the NFC Championship because they ripped Brock's arm off because we had no O-line. We lost the Super Bowl because Chris Jones walked up the middle.
We got some bad news.
Offensive line doesn't know how to do their blocking assignments. We used to take offensive linemen back in the day. 82, we took Bubba Paris. 1984, Super Bowl. 1988, Harris Barton. 1989, Super Bowl. 2018, Mike McGlinchey. 2019, we went to the Super Bowl. See the pattern, respect the pattern. Let's do something about this offensive line. We don't need Jordan Watkins. We don't need Jordan James. We don't need Curtis Rourke. We don't need Junior Bergen. Kyle already took Richie
And
James
to
Jr.
give some
and
fuel
he
to
took
Kenny's
Dante
fire.
Pettis in the same draft because they were such outstanding punt returners. They did fucking nothing. And so we
add
need
fuel
to
to
get
the
better
fire,
at
Kenny.
this. I can't be
Your-
better at drafting for this team than the Niners. That's
Your
embarrassing.
direct
I'm
divisional
done.
rivals have clearly made moves to
Beautiful
Case in
points,
point,
man.
the
Beautiful
Rams.
point.
The Rams
Beautiful
have invested
points,
a
Ken.
ton of
I mean, I'm right.
Beautiful. And you
Yeah,
ain't
yeah.
wrong.
Just
You're
say.
not
including
wrong,
the Rams
Kenny.
managed
You're
Josiah Stewart from
not
Michigan.
wrong. You're not
And
wrong.
Todd
As a
Ohio
San
State.
Francisco 49er fan, and I was
Well,
taking
we-
copious notes as you were talking.
Walter
You
Nolan
are
got added to the Cardinals.
100%
Gordon Birch,
right.
Cody Simon.
And I'm not paying attention to Levi because he's a Raider.
So I'm adding fuel to
You
the fire
are
right now.
100% right, my man. You said it's a waste not to get offensive linemen. The Eagles are the best at getting offensive linemen, and that's why they're winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, let me hear.
We
Yeah,
have lost,
yeah.
and we have lost, and you are 100% correct. I can't even argue against you, Kenny. You are my pessimistic side. You're the dark side of the moon, as well as I am optimistic. But all I can tell you is you line up every year and do the very best you can, given what you got.
Yep.
And I really feel good with how we did, given what we have. My safety was supposed to be Makuba, but the Eagles, Spongy went over there spying and told him, "Hey, get this Makuba guy."
Spongy hanged out.
All I could get was Upton Stout. All I could get was Upton Stout. All I could get was these guys who were FCS guys, meaning Bergen, Junior Bergen, and we got to roll it out the best way we possibly can.
Yeah.
We got Jared Penning, the brother of the first round pick.
We
Trevor
should.
Penning as undrafted rookie free agent.
I heard Larry Krueger on there saying that, back in the day, the 49ers didn't really draft offensive linemen high. Larry Krueger, me and you are the same age.
Yeah, he knows.
And you are lying.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm running it down. Randy Clark. Hold on, Levi. Give me 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Start the clock right now. 2 minutes. Randy Cross, second round, UCLA. Keith Fanhorst, second round, Minnesota. Lindsey Mason, third round, Kansas. Bubba Paris, second round, Michigan. Harris Barton, first round, North Carolina. Bruce Colley, seventh round, Texas Arlington. Guy McIntyre, third round, Georgia. Steve Wallace, fourth round, Auburn. Roy Foster, first round, UNC. We did do that, and we had the great Bob McKittrick, a Marines Marine. God rest his soul. And we got, if you see behind me, if you can close up on there, those 5 championships. Yes.
I miss those days.
We're not talking about Baltimore. We're not talking about Carolina. We're not talking about these teams who just started up. We're talking about those 5 championships. For the San Francisco 49ers. And we had the best offensive line that money could possibly buy.
True.
Yes, sir.
Get your head out of your fourth point of contact. You cannot do this without the offensive line. It is a great part of the team. It is a substantial and necessary part.
I know.
Please,
you know what's funny?
Get it straight.
The C cunts had the Super Bowl before the Eagles did. That's sad.
I know.
You know, y'all did
That's
get an
sad.
drafted guy, Drew Moss from I think Colorado State.
Hey, Dave.
He's got his issues, but he's got potential to be a nasty finisher.
I need you guys to
he
win
might be
tonight,
good.
man.
Yeah.
I know it's not looking good. Luka just got hurt.
So
let me turn the game on, man.
I want to.
Hey, this is a football channel.
I want to.
Football channel.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I want to say something.
Levi.
I want to say something quickly.
Yeah, go ahead, John Jay.
So I think what Terradome just said, like explaining how the 49ers, we were great, maybe we were even better. But since then, we have not been. And the simple point of this is that the way our coaches currently, how they draft is nonsense. It makes no sense. And so they're looking like we're going to draft for tomorrow, not today, tomorrow, which really infuriates a lot of people. And that's the reason why I said this. Entering this draft, I knew we were going to do something dumb. And the point of the matter is that that's what we do. And so until Kyle learns, and again, I'm going to say this very strongly. I know there are a lot of people who get mad when people criticize Kyle Shanahan. You have to.
Dude,
Brock Purdy, when we were in the NFC Championship game, got injured against Philadelphia. And I'm not going to blame Hassan Reddick. He tackled Brock Purdy. Yes, he got injured during the play. But at the end of the day, if you're going to get a tight end who does not know how to block, you need someone who can block the quarterback. Let's go to the Super Bowl. I don't want to talk about it. How the hell did Brock Purdy have no time to throw the ball because it was we were just a few yards away from the first down to ice the game, and because the Chiefs did not have enough timeouts. And Chris Jones is like, I'm going to walk, take my time, and I'm going to sack him. But for whatever the reason is, no matter what, Kyle's like, Brendo, I'm going to pay $20 million. I do not understand why he does it, but at the end of the day,
I wouldn't pay that fucker 20 million pesos.
At the end of the day, yes. Now you know why people are upset, and we.
I still like the Drew Moss pickup. I think y'all got.
That's all I wanted to say, McNiners. All right.
Okay.
I really think that undrafted kid y'all took from Colorado State. He caught my eye when I was going through my draft numbers because of his run blocking. But of course, it's Colorado State, the level of competition. But let me tell you this: they opened the season against Colorado. I mean, against Texas. He didn't give up a sack at playing right guard against Texas. Barely gave up any pressures or hurries. Still finished with almost a 70 run blocking grade against Texas. And you can argue that's also the talent around him's not that great. That kid's now. Here's the thing, though. He's an all right guard, but he started at Lamar and climbed his way up and got better every single year for 4 years straight, which is a great sign that I like to see. He's got potential, but it would mean Pooney would have to probably move to left guard.
Pooney he can because he played on the left side.
Pooney can play anywhere.
His natural position.
Yeah,
but
so I gotta go, folks.
Hey, David.
Don't forget to subscribe. And to answer Steve-O's question, Brock Purdy's probably going to sign his contract first, buddy.
I thought by April 22nd, but we'll see what happens.
He says, what happens first? McNiner 200 subs or Brock Purdy signs?
McNiner,
I think Brock Purdy's going to sign.
Damn, son.
Yeah, Brock.
McNiner 200 subs. McNiner is the shiznit.
Yeah, the shiznit.
Yeah, we need McNiners with the 200. Come on, guys.
McNiner, get him.
It's like the lights at my work. It's an ongoing battle. I don't think it's ever going. I was working on we were in the trailer today, so just that stuff is voodoo, folks.
Give McNiner 200 subs. That's my guy.
That's literally been like my goal since like the mock drafts. Like every description of my video is like, we're trying to get David McNiner to 200 subs. Come on, guys.
Get him. I'm sending it on to you, David. Please jump on my channel tomorrow morning. I'm on with Wolfie, but you jump on.
Saying this. The goal is to get David to 500, not 200.
And right, 300, 500.
Well, you got to hit 200 before you hit 500. At least that's the way Virginia's schools showed us.
Aim high, so even when you miss,
just get to 200 first. I'm trying to get you there, brother. Jump on. All
right,
with
David,
me,
let's get out of here,
and we'll talk about it.
All right.
Like
so
always,
get out of here. I got stuff to do, folks.
Yeah. Like always, we say.
Hey,
go Birds.
As Corey Davis says, go 49ers and F all 31 other teams.
Yeah.